All right, in order to slip stitch, we're gonna need to sew by hand. So we're gonna get some thread, and we're gonna get, I don't know, a little bit about arm's length. Not too much, but not too short. Then we're gonna get a hand needle. Now this little tool holds our hand needles. So we're gonna pop the top off and then just gently twist it until all the needles come up. So then we're gonna grab a hand needle, and we're gonna twist this back down, and then slide this and snap it on. So that's where all the hand needles are, is in that. Now, if you have trouble threading your needle, there's these little tools up there called needle threaders, and this is what they look like. They've got a nice big wide spring on the end that goes through the eye of the needle in order to help you thread it. So we're going to stick this through the eye of the needle, all the way through until the triangle comes out on the other side. Then I can take my thread and stick it through that wide triangle right there, which is a heck of a lot easier, and kind of overlap it about halfway. And then all I have to do is pull that through my needle. Okay, then I take the two ends of my thread and I overlap them until they're touching. So here I have my needle, and I take the two ends of my thread and tie those together in a knot. Don't tie your knot next to the needle. You want your knot away from the needle, tying these two ends together. Now a little trick is to take your thread and wrap it around your finger until it forms an X. Then cover the X with your thumb and roll it off your finger, and it'll start to roll on top of itself. And then you just ball it up, ball it up, ball it up, and then really quickly use your fingernail to pull the knot down to the bottom, and it will create a nice sturdy knot for you. So now we are ready to do our slip stitch. And if you do it correctly, you should not see any of your thread on the right side of your apron. So this is just like our sample book. We're going to take our needle and we're going to come up in between the two layers of fabric behind the last stitch we did on the machine. So we're going to come up and behind so that when we pull it through, it will tuck our knot on the inside of our thread, like so. Okay. Right-handers are going to work from right to left. Left-handers are going to work from left to right. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to work my way across this opening right here from right to left. With my left hand, I'm going to pinch together right where I need to sew to keep the fabric sturdy. I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to go in the top fold, the white fabric, right along the crease, and I'm going to go in, over, and out. I'm going to pull that all the way through, nice and gently so I don't get any knots along the way. Where I came out on the top, I go in on the bottom. So then I go in, over, out, just in the bottom fold of fabric. Now I pull that one all the way through. Where I came out on the bottom, I'm going to skip and I'm going to go in on the top. Then again, I'm going to go in on the bottom. So I'm kind of doing a zigzag back and forth, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, all the way across. The key is to keep your needle in the crease. You do not want your needle down here in the fabric. You want it running parallel with the crease. So we're going to do one more. And now you can see my stitches right here. So every 3 or 4 stitches, pull your thread tight and it will join your fabric together to where you can't see it on either side. So we're going to keep working our way across. In, over, out, pull it through, in the bottom fold, in, over, out. The thread and the needle should be going parallel with the crease. In, over, out, and then to the bottom, in, over, out. And again, every 3 or 4 stitches, pull your thread together as you make your way across. I hit the camera. All right, now I'm down to my last stitch. So as I reach the end, this is where the fabric is joined up with the machine. I'm going to take one last little stitch. But this time, before I pull it all the way through, I'm going to leave a little loop right there. Then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through the loop and then pull it tight to make a knot. Now I need to cut this tail off, but if I cut it on the outside, my knot's going to come undone. So I'm going to take my needle and go right through the 2 layers of fabric as far as I can go and pull it clear out down here. And what's going to happen is it's going to pull the tail to the inside of my apron. That way I can tug this knot to the inside to where we can't see it. And when I cut it off, the tail is going to sweep back to the inside where I can't see it. Now I have a long tail hidden on the inside. If you've done this properly, you should not see any of your thread on either side of the fabric. Now all we have to do is fold it up nice and neat and pin our grading sheet to it. So the fastest, easiest way is to take our apron and fold it in half along where that original crease was. Then I'm going to take the top edge and I'm going to fold it down to the bottom edge and fold my neck strap in. Then I'm going to take my 2 straps that are on the side, line those up, and then fold those into the center. I'm going to take the whole thing and fold it in half like this so that it forms kind of the shape that our pillowcase was in. So then I'm going to go get my grading sheet. And the grading sheet is in cupboard 8 again. You're going to find the grading sheet bin, and this time find the envelope that says apron. So you're going to grab the grading sheet, you're going to put your name and class, you're going to give yourself a grade, and then you're going to pin it to your apron. So you're going to just take a straight pin and pin your grading sheet right to your apron. Then you'll turn it in and you're finished.